Hello students, how are you? I think you must be fine because nowadays what is going on? Nowadays the famous Dasara festival of our India is going on. Yes, I can now also hear the sound, the music of this great Dasara where the Ravana is going to play, is going to throne and this and for this reasons I have closed my window just to talk with you properly. So, my dear students, so today's topic that I want to say something about is about British pronunciation and what's the role of British pronunciation in our English, in our teaching of English, in our schools and in the colleges. Let me tell you again, I'm from Odia Medium School, myself from Naranhoi. I've studied in Odia Medium School up to Matric. After that, when I studied at JM College Sambalpur, I studied all the subjects in English. And I first my first graduation in the year 1999 from Singapore University, and I thought in the year 1998 that I'm reading English correctly, writing correctly. Why I want to speak correctly with correct pronunciation? And since then, I started learning a JD Khara British better English pronunciation, and I just want to trying to speak in the British way, but you see, uh, it is really next to impossible if someone says that I speak like the Britishers. However, you try, you can never go to the British pronunciation, but you may go close to it. That's the fact. Because to speak like Britishers, you have to be born in England. To speak like a Somapuya, you have to be born in Burger. Yes, so that's the thing. But many times, when I joined my or after my MA on I joined my first school was ICSE school. I joined there, and I was happy to know that they received my pronunciation, greatly. But many of my friends, they were laughing in the back. What kind of things is that fellow is doing? Why telling college to college, market to market? Yes, these are some bugger things I heard then. Of course, right now I'm listening there also. So my point is, all the teachers, I actually salute all the teachers they who have taught us. They have helped us to come to this stage. They are really great. But unfortunately, in our academic calendar, academic activity, we are given just importance to we're giving importance to the speaking and writing, of course not pronunciation. That's why you might have seen even the professor of English, the get the mission of English, they'll be telling college, market, normal English like this. And when I started to talk like this, they laughed at me at first, of course. At times people they are laughing at me also. But my point here is that, my dear students, just think over it minutely, that our teachers they couldn't taught us because they were thinking, and they are being enforced to think because their authority was telling them to teach English in this way or that way. That there is no need of English pronunciation. They were the British pronouns. If it is communicable, it's enough. That's it. That's the mindset of our teachers, and they had inputted this mindset to the children. That's why who had not known about this pronunciation, and many teachers, maximum of the teachers, they say that what a need of pronunciation when somebody understands if you say college instead of college. If someone understands universal instead of saying universal. If someone understands market instead of saying market. Alright? Very good. It's the logic. So, don't you think that they are doing great injustice to a very beautiful language of the world, students? English, yes, they are writing correctly, but so far as speaking is concerned, they are not speaking correctly with correct pronunciation. It's like going to school in the uniform. Yes, the pant is in the uniform, but the shirt is of different color, civil dress. I don't think we are doing justice to our learning of English if you write correctly and don't speak correctly with correct pronunciation. By the way, in my study of 49 years, I have seen that just come back to India, our country. So What happens? There are several states in India, more than 29 states right now, and there are many of the states they are in the infancy. I mean, they are going to be the declared states, and all the states they have the particular language, their own language. We Odia, but Odia is the language. Assamese, Assamese is the language. Manipuri, Manipuri is the language. And if you go to South Indian, Telugu, Tamil, Kannada, Malayalam, all the respective states they have their own languages. So here, what happens when you speak English? If you are not extremely talented, if you speak English, what happens here? That whenever you talk English, the mother tongue will come to interfere. It is written in J.D. Khanda Better English Pronunciation. I was studying I was studying at CM Khalisamapur because you have to give 40 marks interview for this book of phonetics. So I mean, it's crystal clear. It's crystal clear. It's crystal clear that when the Odia will speak English, the English will sound like Odia. And when Bihari will speak English, the sound look like seem like Bihari exactly. When the Telugu Tamil they will speak English, the English will speak like the English will sound like Telugu Tamil. For example, look here, I am going, are you okay? Like that. You see, this is the influence of mother tongue. When the Telugu Tamil they are speaking English, and Odia also when we speak English, Odia come to interfere in this English speaking, and it breaks the flow of right pronunciation, and it checks it, and the beauty of the language is lost, my dear students. So I think um, I think that you are not doing justice to the learning of English if you are writing correctly and not speaking correctly with correct pronunciation. Of course, as I told earlier that however we try, we can never speak like the Britishers, because to speak like the Britishers, we have to take birth in England. But unfortunately, I would have it. We are born in India, so no one should expect us to speak like Britishers. Of course, by dint of hard practice, our pronunciation can go close to the British pronunciation. Of course, not. If you're extremely talented, it may be 99.9. I don't say 100%. That's the thing. That's the fact. So here, I think when just come to all of the world. All of the world, as you know, English is a universal language. It's spoken all over the world. Yes, and all over the world, people they're speaking English. The Australian they have their own way of speaking. The New Zealand, Africa, America. American English. Very much nasal. United States of America, they speak like the very nasal sound, like some put sharp, aprinala, sharp, sharp, sharp. See, there is a vibration in our nose. Aprinala, like this. Aprinala. So this is nasal sound. In American, there is nasal sound. Of course, the Americans have gone to the extent of changing English spelling, English grammar, and English pronunciation. So there are varieties of English spoken all over the world. So if it is the case, if it is a serious case, so why don't we have a standard model which is perfect, correct? Let's see Oxford English Dictionary. You see in the Oxford English Dictionary, all the right pronunciation, they were the British and American, they do that is been given there in the dictionary. And of course, we are not following American pronunciation or American English in our book, in our educational system. We follow the British one, and unfortunately, our boys, what they don't know about this uh, uh, pronunciation thing, symbols that there's in the Oxford Dictionary. There is O symbol, R symbol, F symbol, V symbol. This they are very much confused with these things, and when the disaster happens when they go for high study to university colleges, and they see no, this is a symbol, and to pronounce R we have to make a come tough like this, and to pronounce F and V or low level to our teeth. They are the things. My point is, We are not doing justice to the learning of English if we are speaking correctly but not speaking correctly with correct pronunciation. Of course, English isn't our language, it's not our mother tongue. Our mother tongue is Sampri, our mother tongue is Odia, your mother tongue is Hindi, Telugu, or Tamil. Maybe it's not our mother tongue. So the way the Britishers they pronounce, the way they change grammar, we have to accept those things uh, without any questions. I think so. Here, and by the way, the next thing, what I have felt in in many of the seminars that I had gone on, I was teaching in English medium school, so that you know the sweetness of the language is lost if you mispronounce the words. Just come to our Sanskrit. There is Sanskrit sloka. Om Bhurbhuvah Svaha Tasya Vidurvarenyam Vargo Devasya Dhimai Dhiyo Yanaha Prachodaya Svaha. Look, it's the way of pronouncing our holy Sanskrit words. The saying is that if you pronounce Sanskrit words properly, it will reach the ear of the gods. So if I say Om Bhurbhuvah Svaha Tasya Vidurvarenyam Prachodaya Dhemahi Dhiyo Prachodaya Svaha, my dear students, does it look are you comfortable with this kind of pronunciation in Sanskrit? Are you? Of course not. And actually it is very much irritating, uncomfortable, and in a way it is very much disgusting. So my point is, if you say, of course, in one school while I was studying, when I was teaching there, one teacher said me, of course, that what a need of pronunciation when somebody understands English properly. I said, no, that's not the case. That someone will understand. You'll teach in the wrong way. I don't think in any way you are doing justice to his learning. and and so far as it is a kind of adjustment. If you say it is doing, it will do. If the student understands, it will do. Then we're coming to school in uniform. Yes, we are just covering our bare body with some pant and shirt. So we can come to school in lungi, wearing lungi and t-shirt also, no problem. Because the main purpose of this dress is to discover the body. But are we seriously telling, are we coming to school wearing those kind of civil dress? No, 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 no. So I think as a teacher, if I am reading English or teaching English in the correct way, but without the correct pronunciation, my teaching of English is incomplete. By the way, there are a group of people, educated people. They say that there is no need of pronunciation. Why there is no need of pronunciation? If there would not have been any need of English pronunciation, we would not have been taught the kind of better English pronunciation and linguistic sound system, the semantic of the word, and all those things. So I think it is very much necessary, and if somebody if somebody makes students understand by the wrong way and students understand those things, I mean, if you say market universal in that way and wrong thing, I don't think he is a serious teacher, because a serious teacher will definitely be serious in his professional field. And if he or she is mispronouncing words and telling that these things are okay, he just he just he just managing it. Yes, it will do. Chalega. Yes, Chalega. It's the Chalega system. It will do. I don't think to how many years this will do. I don't think. So it is high time we stop this kind of baseless, nonsensical argument that it is not necessary. But of course, and we should try at least to pronounce words properly. By the way, The pronunciation of English isn't that difficult. What generally have been injected to the mind of the students. Now there is a saying in our Samapuri, yes. In our bhangha tonight nai hire babu. So bhanga khaju pan khaju. No. We eat tobacco and pan, and in this tobacco and pan eating mouth, no pronunciation is possible. No, I definitely say no. No. I've said again, what is this? When you tell in English, like so for example, if you pronounce R, you have to make your tongue cough like this. R. Any problem? Nothing. So while speaking F and V, the lower lip will go and touch the upper teeth. F, V, no problem. Yes. And if there is a consonant sound after R, the R remains silent. M-A-R-K-T. R is there. M-A-R-K-T consonant sound. Instead of telling, mark it, will tell, mark it. Yes. When PTK they are stressed, they are aspirated. P will be for, K will be to, K will be ko. That's it. So why? So we should try. We should try what we are exactly not doing here. We should try this, and then only we as teachers will do justice to the learning of English. And if someone is not a professional, is not a professional of English, like the banker, this administrative officer, someone like them, they are not the professional in our field, like the English. But as English teacher, we should try to pronounce words properly, and this legacy should continue, and in the next generation, students they would come out with good pronunciation skill. Yes, knowing its importance in our schools and colleges, the government has introduced this phonetics. Nowadays, I was very surprised. The thing that nowadays in Odia medium school in matriculation in 9th and 10th, and this English pronunciation, spoken English course is being imparted to the students for better understanding of English. So this is a good step. This is very much innovative on the part of government, and things will change because of time. And now people they are laughing. And one more thing, if somebody understand, if I say the wrong one, it's better he doesn't understand. If I say the right one, let him take the time. It should be the policy. Yes, and the next thing is that the Britishers, we were in strong relationship with the Britishers since 1600. It's not a short time, it's not a short time. So, and we were acquainted in English more than any country in the world. The British left English. The British left in 1947. English remained here, and we just went our own way of pronouncing words and telling words, but not as it's their language. For example, Samapuri is your language. If this language is introduced in Oxford University, England, and it is taught there, the way English is being taught in our schools and colleges, and we notice that. So I think they should, with the respect to the language, the language that is spoken here in our Bargad or in any part of Samapuri, they should change their rule if it's changed. They should not change the rule if you don't change, because Sambalpuri or Kosulu, whatever you say here, they're the birthplace of the West Odisha. So it's the case. Yes, আমি যদি কামা মুই ভাত খাইছি সেমানে মুই মাই ভিয়াত খাইছো এটা কইলে if they do this kind of structure, they're not doing justice to the learning of this English some pronunciation. So there's a long list. Of course, there is 44 sounds. Yes, it actually come in next video. And it's not difficult. Yes, it may be difficult at the beginning, but it is not ever impossible. By the way, the great Napoleon had said, impossible is a word that is found in the dictionary of a coward. Yes, and we're not coward. And if you try, you can speak. Again, I'm Again, I'm telling, yes, that by dint of our trying, you can go close to the British pronunciation, but we can never speak like the Britishers. So, can the Britishers speak sharply like us? Yes, never, never. If he is extremely talented, yes, he may, but he'll be caught. Yes, just see this Telugus. They were born in Western Odisha. Yes, you know, they who have migrated. They are speaking, Samalpuri in a way that sounds like very much Telugu. But they who are born in the Telugu, Andhra, they who are born in this, Western Odisha, they speak Samalpuri fluently like us. They speak Samalpuri fluently like us. But, my dear students, in some of the sounds they are caught. Look here. In Samalpuri, if I say, "Mui kholage jayଥିଲି," yes, the Telugu say, "Mui kolage jayଥିଲି." It's become very much difficult for them to pronounce kho. Yes, I've been to this landfill, and mui gote Hanuman de dekhili. Yes, but that Telugu will say, "Mui gote Hanuman dekhili." Instead of Hanuman, they say Hanuman. Even the Andhra, the Telugu, they have born here. I mean to say that to speak a language perfectly, you have to be born in that place, and then only you can speak that well. But it is in our hand how we will learn this pronunciation, and I think you can learn if you try. And the best book I say is the better English in the video kind of better English pronunciation. What frustrated for us when we were studying in our graduation, and it's a good book, and we should practice this pronunciation, and we should know this first, and we should let our students know what we have to learn from this. Yes, so I think we might have understood enough point, and hope we'll meet in the next video with sorry, we'll meet in the next video with a new topic and a very good discussion. Remain here. Good night. Thank you.